So we're at the at an event downtown. It's called Food Truck Wars, and this is
Mini-fest. It's called Mini-fest. Mini-fest, actually.
oh, mini fest. Oh, okay. See, I'm learning here. I'm new here too.
Okay.
So, um, what was your name again, sir?
My spiritual name is Daruka.
So this is Daruka. I'm Jer. Nice
Jer?
to meet you.
As in Jerry?
Yes.
Okay, nice to meet you, Jerry.
And what is the name of your bird there?
Her name is Billy. Can you say hello, Billy? Here, Billy, say, here. Hello. 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 Here, hello. There we go.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, so you look like a very cool, interesting person, and that's why we asked you for an interview. I like the outfit.
The outfit? Okay, this is what I wear every day. It's comfortable. This is a vest for Billy because she's always chewing. I buy these cheap little vests so that she doesn't chew up my good clothes.
Also, it has its purpose then.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. The hat is for the sun.
That's great.
Camera bag, I'm a photographer, so. Hey, what's all that about, eh?
What type of bird is Billy?
Billy's a blue front Amazon parrot
Oh, wow.
from the Amazon jungle.
That's interesting. How long have you known each other now?
Me and Billy have lived together for 26 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you someone who has a spiritual background?
Yeah, I do. I grew up Christian. I studied a lot of the different religions, and now for the last 14 years, I follow a Hindu tradition called Hare Krishna.
Okay.
And yeah, our beliefs are compassion for all living entities, all living creatures, including animals. We believe in reincarnation or transmigration of the soul, and we believe in karma. You do good to others, and good things will come to you, and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Just like Jesus said, treat others how you'd want to be treated.
Of course.
It's
Yeah.
a pretty simple little message,
Mhm.
although unfortunately a lot of people don't get it.
Well, what happens if you treat others bad?
Well, according to the laws of karma, you'll get bad things happening to you.
Yeah. And we should respect other people, and that's why we have a respectful conversation today.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, regardless of religion, would you consider yourself to be a good person, sir?
I try to be. Although that's a weird term, try. You know what I mean? I mean, it's good to try, but why not just be a good person?
Well, I commend a lot of people. They strive to do as good to others, and
Yeah.
live a good life, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, how are you doing with that then? I mean, you said you strive to be.
I do okay because again, you got to put yourself in other people's shoes. Like you think, well, if what I'm doing to this person, would I want them to do it back to me?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't feel good, well, for me doing it to them or how I would want to get treated, I shouldn't do it to others. I shouldn't treat people bad. I don't know if that made sense. Did it? Did it make sense?
Well, can I ask you just a few questions to see how good you really are? I mean,
Okay.
Have you ever told a lie before?
Yeah.
And I have too, so I'm not proud of it, but I have.
Yeah.
What do we call people that tells lies?
They call them liars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd be guilty. I'm a liar. So, have you ever stolen anything or borrowed something with forgetting to ask about it?
When I was little, yeah. But you learn from these things. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was stupidity, basically.
Absolutely. As we mature, we recognize that it was stupid, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if I stole something from you, you'd call me a
Thief.
thief. Yeah, 'cause that's like what we were talking about, like do good unto others, because there's consequences when you don't do good to others, right? You steal something from someone, you probably destroy that man's life,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so have you ever hated anyone?
Yeah. It's not a good thing, I know. But, It's amazing when you're angry, like in the Hindu tradition, they say lust, anger, and greed are the three gates that lead to hell. You know, you got to take away those three things. Not only lust for sex, but for money and you know, accumulations and all that stuff. And anger, it only actually disturbs the mind when you're angry, and you're not actually thinking properly when you're angry, right?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's like you're not sober, right?
Yeah. Your mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. And if you're angry, you're not thinking properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you said you had a background in Christianity, so you should be familiar with what Jesus said. He said something like in this role, and you quoted him on a couple things a while ago too. He said, well, let me ask you first, have you ever killed anyone, murdered anyone?
No.
Okay, good, because this would be a dangerous conversation.
These are pretty heavy questions, and but no, I can truthfully say I've never killed anyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel better.
Now, has anyone ever answered that question? Yes.
Not really.
Not really.
Well, and I'm so glad.
Well, you know what? I mean, maybe someone may have, you know, like unintentionally. I have a friend who's killed someone in a car accident. You know what I mean? And it was a total accident, but a heavy thing. I myself was almost killed about 2 months ago in a car crash, and I'm very fortunate. I believe God gave me a second chance because it was a pretty serious car accident, and the person who was responsible for the accident made a mistake. A very severe mistake, which could have cost me and my friend and Billy our lives. Now, that was an accident, right? I mean, accidents happen.
Yeah, they
But you got to be mindful. Driving a car is a pretty serious thing.
Yeah.
You got to be very careful, you know, it was a really stupid thing that this other person did that got us in this accident. I forgive that person. You make a mistake, but again, just got to be mindful of what you're doing. You know, it's one thing if maybe you hurt yourself, but if you do something stupid and you hurt or kill someone else, how would you live with that? You know what I mean? I couldn't live with something like that.
I couldn't either, with deep down in my own conscience either, you know? I'd be regretting it every day. And it's driving or having a license or a car is a right. I mean, it's a privilege, not a right, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree. Your mic is on, I hope.
So, well, let me go to Jesus' quote and see what you think about that. Jesus says, if you hate your brother, or another translation, your neighbor, you are a murderer, you know? In the like sense, like with your thoughts, you murdered them. Like what you were saying, you know, spiritual areas, you know what I mean? Your thoughts. So I myself I'm guilty with that one, you know, because I've hated people in my past.
Yeah. You gotta be good to people through thought and deed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that before, and to me it makes sense.
Do you think it's difficult? You know, we just examined a few of these moral laws. Basically, it would be difficult to try to live your life every day completely squeaky clean. They are, right?
Yeah.
But everyone's trying to achieve a spiritual goal to try to be as good as they can. A lot of folks that are religious in our community, right?
Yeah. Again, in the tradition I follow, we realize that our true nature is to serve everyone and serve God inside everybody. Like there's a Hindu thing, when we greet each other, we go, Namaste. Now that means I respect the divine inside you, you know, and you respect that person too.
Definitely.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we need to have brotherly love towards one another, you know.
Yeah.
Because.
And it doesn't matter about your skin color, where you're from, or whatever. No. We all laugh the same, we cry the same, we all bleed the same. So we all have a soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I was wondering. You said you believed in God.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna throw a big if in there, okay?
Okay.
Now, if this God exists, he would be, and if he decided to judge us according to his his 10 Commandments, moral laws. Uh, we've just took a look at a few of them. Would we be guilty if he was to judge us according to that?
I don't understand the question.
Like the law of hating someone, uh, you know, lying, stealing. Would we be guilty before him if there was a God and he was to judge us according to those laws?
Well, there's such a thing as forgiveness, isn't there? I mean, if you know, they say a smart person learns from his own mistakes, a wise person learns from others' mistakes, and a fool never learns. So if again, you make mistakes, accidents happen, but if you don't want to keep making the same mistakes over and over. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe we've sinned in the past or whatever, but you don't keep on doing that nonsense. You learn from those bad things, and I believe God's more a forgiving God than a vengeful God, really.
Let me ask. Well, I don't agree with a vengeful God idea as well, but like you said, that there's a God that you believe in, a God that forgives, right? Okay. If there was a heaven or hell, okay, and to enter into paradise or a state of paradise, do you think that would be hard if it was based upon moral laws and keeping them every day?
Again, I'm not understanding.
If God was this judge that judges according to the strict standards of obeying the laws, now would that be difficult for us as human beings to keep?
Still not quite understanding, but would it be difficult for us as humans to keep? Well, again, you just got to think about your actions and how they affect others.
Now, if you break the law, okay, in Winnipeg, and then you go to court for it, and you say, Judge, sorry that I've broken the law. It's the past. I've learned from it. Can the judge just let you off the hook, or is there a consequence for it still?
There's probably still consequence, but I mean, there is something called remorse and that kind of thing too.
And as lawbreakers, if you have a conscience, you would remorse. But does that let you off the hook if there was
No, you should be accountable for your actions.
Exactly,
for sure.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And based on the laws, the judge wouldn't be a good judge if he just lets you off the hook, right? There's a court system on how to handle that afterwards, wouldn't there be?
Yeah, I agree.
So,
are you getting to the point? Are you going to say there's like to burn in hell eternally?
No.
Like that? Okay, because I really don't agree with that view.
Well, I'm telling you the good news, not the bad news.
Okay, good.
I want to share with you news. I thought it was good, okay? But now, after a little bit of conversation with you, I think it's the greatest news that I could share with you. And this great news is, and it's great for me because I've recognized that, when you look at morality, I believe that I'm pretty good, but I recognize that, no, I'm not really that good, If the standards are really high. Murdering, yeah, I've never murdered anyone, but if the real laws of morality imply even just thinking about hating someone or, bad things in your mind, then I'm not squeaky clean, So I'm in a and I've never always obeyed my parents, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm not really morally that good as I used to think I was. But this is why it's so great of a news, because in my Christian worldview, God sent a Savior to save me. It's like I was a hostage to sin because as much as I do good, I could never erase the bad. And it only took a perfect person, God Himself, in the form of a man, Jesus, to be able to pay for those crimes that I've committed against God. So that's what He did, and that's the amazing grace that I've come to recognize my own personal life. And that's what I wanted to share with you, my friend, because I really appreciate that you are a person that has thought about spiritual things, And it's if you've talked to people that don't even think about spiritual things, it's pretty sad. There's no such thing as morality for them, and they don't realize what they're doing unto others, if they're good or bad, you know?
Yeah, I agree. This is where free will comes into play. God actually gives everyone free will. There's a story in Hindu tradition where they say there's two birds in a tree. One represents the super soul or God, and one represents the soul. Now the soul is there enjoying all the fruits of the tree, and the other one, which represents God, is just patiently waiting for the one that's enjoying the fruits to look over towards God, right? But patiently waiting, just letting that other bird do whatever it wants, even if it means not looking at towards God. So, and again, in our tradition, we believe that God gives us free will, and even the free will to turn away. But in the end, that gets you nowhere, really, because our true identity is to serve God.
Yes.
And serve everybody.
Yes.
So,
well,
that's my take on it anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether I'm right, I can't say I know all the answers. So.
Well, I appreciate your opinions.
Yeah.
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. What was your name again?
Doug. Doug is my birth name, my Christian name, I guess you call it, but my spiritual name is Daruka.
Okay. Daruka, I'm Jer, and what was your birth name again?
My name is Billy.
Billy. So that's Doug and Billy, Daruka and Billy. So could you say hi to everyone for us?
Hi everyone for us.
Say it again.
Hi everyone.
Well, this was an awesome day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, Doug.
Yeah, you too. Thanks so much.
God bless you.
Forevermore.